On the set of Home and Heart, almost immediately upon applying the night cream on her face, Maxie faints. The women rush to her, and Lucy calls an ambulance. The paramedics arrive, and Lucy is told that Maxie is having a heart attack. Lucy relays that Maxie had a heart transplant a long time ago. Brooke Lynn, meanwhile, calls Spinelli to tell him to get to the hospital. The camera zooms in on the cream Maxie used, which has been forgotten. At the Metro Court, Carly updates Lulu on Obrecht agreeing to leave the hotel. She believes Obrecht wants what is best for Rocco, and to remember this is about her son. Nina arrives, and Carly immediately rushes over and asks how dare she show her face here after what she did to Willow and Michael. Carly screams that Nina could have saved Willow a world of hurt if she had told her the truth about Drew. Nina tells Carly to get off her high horse before it throws her, as she never cared about Willow. Carly says she did, before Drew twisted her into someone she doesn't know. Carly says everything Willow lost and is today is because of Nina. Gio arrives to get his paycheck and speaks to Lulu, unsure whether to intervene and break up the argument. Suddenly, Brooke Lynn calls Lulu to let her know that Maxie's in trouble. Nina and Carly continue their argument. Nina ends up charging Carly, yelling, "Shut up!" Carly shoves her, and Nina falls into the pool. At Sonny's place, Sonny and Diane have called Michael over to discuss their Drew problem. Michael explains how Drew played him into attacking him. Diane worries that Michael's asking Tracy to take Wiley away could be used against him as premeditation, and he knew what he was planning to do. With Drew threatening Sonny and Michael, Diane suggests Michael could cut a deal and petition the court to let Willow see the kids. Michael can't, as Willow's out of control. Pressed, he shares that he believes Willow was the one who targeted Daisy. Diane asks why he hasn't gone to the police, and he admits he has no proof. Sonny asks how they can fix this. Diane asks who saw Drew talking to Wiley. Michael says Tracy, Stella, and Martin, none of whom Diane fears will hold up to scrutiny. She says they have to find an objective witness. At the hospital, Drew insists he see a doctor immediately, claiming he could have permanent vision damage. Liz tells him point blank that his black eye isn't a medical emergency. Drew explains that Michael assaulted him, so he needs official documentation, as this could help Willow with her case. Felicia, not seeing an incoming call from Brooke Lynn, gives Drew his documentation. He goes on his way, and Lucas arrives to giggle with the women over Drew's shiner. Suddenly, Maxie is brought in by the paramedics and rushed into an ER. Liz and Lucas work to save Maxie, and Lucy arrives and fills Felicia in on what happened. Spinelli soon appears in a complete panic. Lulu arrives and keeps Spinelli calm. He left Georgie in charge and didn't tell them what was up, so Lulu calls Emma to go watch the kids. Brooke Lynn and Flora also arrive, and Brooke Lynn heads over to Maxie's family and friends. She asks if there is any news, but they have none. In the ER, Maxie remains in V-fib as Lucas and Liz race to save her. Lulu lets Spinelli know that Emma's with the kids, and he needs to trust that Maxie will come back to them. Brooke Lynn, meanwhile, stays out of Lulu's way to let her help Spinelli. She admits to Flora that Maxie is the best friend she has ever had. Back in the cubicle, Lucas and Liz finally manage to get Maxie back. In her office, Anna leaves an irate message for Jack to call her back about the Croatia mission. Justine Turner arrives and asks Anna to open an investigation into Drew, calling him as dirty as they come, though she can't say more. Anna says this feels like a trap, and she could lose her job if Drew retaliates. Anna needs some reassurances from Justine, which is when Drew arrives to report that he's the victim of a crime perpetrated by Michael. He tells Anna and Turner what went down. Anna seems to hold back laughter, noting Drew, a decorated Navy SEAL, got beaten up by his nephew. Turner says this is still a crime, and they must take it seriously, noting that with Michael's record, they could be looking at felony assault. Drew is happy he's getting his way. Or is he given what Turner knows? In Croatia, Vaughn holds Joss in the shower, and they waste no time getting to kissing. They quickly head back to the bedroom, tear each other's clothes off, and hit the sheets. After sex, Joss jumps out of bed and immediately starts talking business about what they do next. Regrets, Joss? They agree Britt is their best shot at finding out what is going on here, but they have a small window of time to do so. They dress and plan on putting their plan into motion tomorrow. Vaughn says there is nothing left to do tonight but go to bed. "Been there, done that," Britt asks Jason, who walks into her room, what he's doing here and how he found her. He explains he saw her in the Paris airport and tracked her here. He considered respecting her wishes and leaving her alone, but began to worry that none of this wasn't her choice. He wants her to come home with him, but she states she'll never return to Port Charles, and she can't go back to Paris now, as she can't risk being seen. Jason asks if she's in danger. Britt rehashes their past and his leaving her for Carly. She also recalls he died in the process of saving her and her mother from Victor, and it crushed her much like the rocks that supposedly crushed him. Now here he is, alive. He points out she is too. He asks how she survived the hook. Britt tells Jason to explain how he survived first. He gives her the short version of becoming an FBI informant to save Carly. Britt vents that all roads lead back to Carly, and he doesn't deserve an explanation from her. She grieved him. She stood at his grave and forgave him. She takes it back, calling him a selfish son of a bitch. She insists she made her choice to stay dead, as she did not want her family to watch her deteriorate. And now, her Huntington's is in remission, and she's built a new life. He tells her something big is going on here. The WSADB has the place flagged, and she's in danger. Jason promises he can get her out of here tonight. She tells him she doesn't need saving, and she can save herself if that were the case. She tells him to go, or she'll call security. He asks what will happen if she does. At GH, Lucas tells the family that Maxie is stable, and she was having a heart attack. The crisis has passed, and they just have to wait for her to wake up. Brooklyn pulls Lucas aside to talk and asks if he has any idea what brought this on. He doesn't know and asks about the cream, wondering if it could have been a reaction. Lucy interjects and says they all used it multiple times, so it can't be the cream. Lucas says, as far as he knows, Maxie was in perfect health. Who wants to bet that tub of cream will be nowhere to be found back on set? At the pool, Nina yells that Carly could have broken her neck. Carly again digs in and blames Nina for all that happened and says she and Willow will never get near those kids again. At Sonny's, Michael says it's clear Drew is using this turn of events to be Willow's hero and get her kids back. Unfortunately, Diana says Drew has a case. In Anna's office, Drew thanks Turner for taking him seriously, but she says they don't have a case yet. Anna notes Michael will have his own side of the story. Diane and Turner give the same advice to Michael and Drew. This case will come down to witnesses. Back in Croatia, Vaughn suggests they sleep in shifts to be safe and tells her to sleep, and he'll take the first watch. It's doubtful either of them will get any sleep after sexing things up. Finally, Britt shows Jason the door, and he walks out defeated. Alone, Britt makes a call and says, "We have a problem and need to put a stop to it immediately." Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. General Hospital recap for Monday, August 18th reveals that Jocelyn Jax and Vaughn's dead body disposal will lead to a surprise shower moment, so here's how all the drama played out. At Sonny Corinthos' house, ADA Justine Turner will eavesdrop as Drew threatens to send golden boy Michael Corinthos to prison for assaulting him unless Sonny does what he wants. Drew will eventually insist on Willow Tate getting generous visitation rights. Drew will also want Sonny to sell his peers to Jen Sidwell and take an extended vacation anywhere but there. After Drew mentions his chat with Wiley Corinthos setting Michael off, Sonny will fume over his grandson being used as part of Drew's manipulation. Sonny will warn Drew that his plan won't convince Willow to take him back and will refuse to surrender to his demands. Once Sonny kicks Drew out, ADA Turner will step from around the corner and reel over Drew trying to extort Sonny. Sonny will point out that ADA Turner had a chance to see the real Drew tonight, but he'll insist she can't do anything with this new information. Drew would just try to act like Sonny bribed Turner and would make it look like a case of corruption. ADA Turner will seem concerned over what Sonny might try to do instead, so she'll warn him against retaliating. At GH, Stella Henry will agree to answer the fraud agent's questions, so they'll take her off to speak privately. Jordan Ashford will derail Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson's bedroom, bonding with a phone call about Stella's situation, so they'll both head over to the hospital. At the Home and Heart studio, Brooke Lynn Quartermain will speak with Flora Gardens, who'll give her a nudge to see things from Lois Cerullo perspective and rebuild their relationship. Nearby, Maxie Jones will meet with Martin Gray to ask if she can be kicked out of Deception for going against her partner's wishes. Martin will acknowledge that they wouldn't have the authority to do that, but he'll note that this could still damage her relationships. Maxie will want to be upfront about what happened with Sonny's investment at Deception, so she'll urge Martin to arrange a secret meeting with the DA's office. Brooke Lynn will grow curious about Maxie and Martin's discussion when she pops up, but Maxie will get dragged off for her TV appearance. At Windermere, Sidwell and Lucy Coe will flirt until she has to head over to the studio for the Home and Heart spot. Sidwell will vow to watch the show and give her a peck to wish her luck. When Marco Rios walks in, he'll pick up on the closeness between Sidwell and Lucy, so he'll question his dad once she's gone. Drew will come strutting in with updates on all the latest Sonny and Michael news. Although Drew will plan on sending Michael to the slammer and getting Willow's kids back, Sidwell will spell out all the reasons why provoking Sonny's retaliation is a bad idea. After Drew exits, Marco will speak with Sidwell about their goals not aligning with Drew's any longer, so Sidwell will hint about Drew becoming a liability. While on the air, Maxie will put some face cream on as part of the demonstration and suddenly look ill. After Maxie loses consciousness and collapses, it'll send everyone at the studio into panic mode. Next, Martin will make his way to the hospital, where he'll try to take Stella's case and learn that he can't since he's also part of the insurance fraud investigation. At the Five Poppies Resort, Britt Westbourne will drag Pascal away from Jason Morgan by making up excuses about the lab, but Pascal will quickly turn his attention back to Jason. In Jocelyn and Vaughn's suite, she'll be haunted by memories of shooting Cyrus Renault after shooting the hitman in the throat. The hitman will be in no condition to answer questions, so Vaughn will smother him with a pillow and get Joss's help throwing the body off a nearby cliff. Jocelyn will also convince Vaughn that maybe she can talk to Britt and get her to open up about the project Professor Henry Hank Dalton has been working on. Vaughn and Jocelyn will delay their return home and hope that disposing of the hitman bought them some time. After Vaughn sends Jocelyn to get cleaned up, he'll find her fully clothed in the shower, looking traumatized by everything that just happened. Vaughn will also get under the water fully clothed and will hold Jocelyn close to comfort her. Back with Jason, he'll show up in Britt's room looking for her, so they'll lock eyes once again. General Hospital spoilers say Jason and Britt have some interesting conversations ahead of them, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, August 20th, reveal that Maxie Jones won't be waking up while Martin Gray betrays livid Drew Kane. Sonny Corinthos will also grill AD Justine Turner, so there'll be some shocking moments ahead in Port Charles. First, Max Scorpio will question why Maxie's heart would suddenly fail out of nowhere as he talks to Felicia Scorpio and Cody Bell about the situation. Maxie had a transplant when she was young, but her heart's been doing fine for many years. Since Maxie seemingly had a heart attack out of nowhere, that'll leave Mac as well as Maxie's other loved ones with plenty of questions. Of course, the tainted face cream seems to be the issue despite Lucy Coe's belief that it's fine. There's more to the story, so Anna Devane's upcoming theory may involve that cream being sabotaged, or she could at least decide Maxie was targeted. Lulu Spencer will get updates on something that rattles her, so that could involve Anna's suspicions, or perhaps just Maxie's condition. Since Lucas will admit Maxie should be awake by now, he'll have some concerns as he delivers difficult news. It sounds like Maxie will be in a coma, so that'll be a tough blow for Lulu since she's been in Maxie's shoes before. As for Giovanni Gio Palmieri, he'll listen as Emma Scorpio Drake opens up to him. Gio will assure Emma that he's not flinching yet, so he may once again pledge his support when it comes to Professor Henry Hank Dalton's takedown. Next, Martin will ask a smug Drew how he plans to accomplish something. Drew will count on Martin to be his star witness in the assault case against Michael Corinthos, but he's in for a rude awakening. Since Martin clearly suspects Drew was behind Stella Henry's fraud investigation, one that Martin himself is now tangled up in, why should he lift a finger to help Drew? That's how Martin will feel about all this. So Michael will gain a valuable witness who could help him prove that he was provoked. Drew will fume when he realizes Martin is betraying him, but it'll serve him right for causing Stella's crisis. Unfortunately, Stella's legal drama will get worse on Wednesday's GH episode. Alexis Davis will represent Stella, but she'll have to acknowledge that what Stella did is fraud by the insurance company's definition. Next, Sonny will confront ADA Turner and demand to know if she's going after his son. Despite Sonny's angry grilling session, Turner may find a way to cleverly hint that her real goal is taking down Drew, not Michael. General Hospital spoilers say Drew has more setbacks in his future, so stay tuned. Today, Soap Central celebrates one of General Hospital's rising stars, Asher Antonizin. Born on August 19, 2009, Asher Antonizin is known for his portrayal of General Hospital's Danny Morgan, the son of legacy characters Jason Morgan and Sam McCall. Antonizin was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. In earlier adolescent years, his mom responded to an open casting call for Model Act Studio to see if acting might be something he'd be interested in. With MAS, he began to take acting classes and, when he was 12, competed in an IMTA competition. Doing well there, he was discovered by his agent and manager and, just 6 months later, the audition for General Hospital came up. Having no professional acting experience, he and his parents felt like it was a long shot, but decided to go for it. They flew out to California for the audition, and before the day ended, Antonizin booked his first acting job as Danny Morgan. He would go on to make his television debut as Danny in October 2023. When Antonizin took over the role, Danny was going out with his friends for Halloween. What started as a fun night of trick-or-treating for Danny, Georgie, Jake, and Charlotte ended with Charlotte getting tragically shot after breaking into Anna's apartment. Danny wasn't directly involved in the drama that night, but his own drama was soon to follow. Starting to experience some of the growing pains of the early teenage years, Danny began to rebel a bit and get himself into trouble. On Valentine's Day 2024, he was brought home by a police officer after he was caught drinking with friends in the park. He was later caught sneaking out of his home more than once and, on another occasion, was caught with a vape by Jake, his half-brother. Sam worried about Danny's risk-taking tendencies, and the two were at odds as she struggled with how to best discipline him. Eventually, she realized how much he missed his father, who had been presumed dead. In March 2024, however, Danny discovered his father was very much alive. After finding Jason wounded in the boathouse, Danny agreed to help him without saying anything to his mother, who eventually found out. It later became a huge point of contention between Jason and Sam, who was not happy with the influence she felt he had over Danny. By the following October, the tensions had eased between his parents, and things seemed to be going well when he unexpectedly lost his mother. Sam had donated her kidney to Lulu, who was still in a coma. She'd made it through the surgery successfully, so it stunned everyone when she suddenly died of cardiac arrest during recovery. It was later found out that she was murdered by Cyrus Renault. Since, Danny has been navigating his grief with the help of his father and family. He and Rocco are as close as ever, but recently got into trouble when they snuck out to go to a college party on the beach, and Rocco nearly died of alcohol poisoning. Thankfully, Rocco made a speedy recovery, and they are both working summer jobs at the Metro Court pool. Danny has been very protective of his half-sister Scout, whom he hasn't been able to see as much because of Drew. While at Lila's camp, Scout asked Danny to take her to the Quartermains because she missed everyone. Taking her from camp put Danny in Drew's crosshairs, though. Drew stormed in the queues with Chase, demanding he arrest Danny for kidnapping. Thankfully, Chase said the evidence would not support a kidnapping charge. Now, Danny has to be very careful, because Drew would not hesitate to use him to hurt Jason. Thankfully, real life for Asher Antonizin has been far less drama-filled. He flies to Los Angeles when filming, but still calls Chicago home. At home, he continues to attend his local high school and plays shortstop for the school's baseball team, as well as in a league outside of school. Like many teenagers, he enjoys gaming, sports, and spending time outdoors around the city with his friends. He also loves to play the guitar, which he has played since he was 6. Juggling school, acting, and life can be difficult and overwhelming, but Antonizin seems to be taking everything in stride and enjoying the ride. Fans, critics, and fellow actors have been most impressed with the authenticity he brings to his character and how well he has handled the heavy emotional storylines he's been given. Already, he has been interviewed by soap opera publications as well as made appearances on the Daily Drama podcast with Steve Burton and Bradford Anderson and the State of Mind podcast with Maurice Benard. On General Hospital, WSB Chief Jack Brennan is going to be shocked when he learns what agents Vaughn and Jax encountered at the Five Poppies Resort in Croatia. What was supposed to be a simple reconnaissance mission turned deadly as Val was attacked, but he and Jax managed to kill the hitman. Meanwhile, Brennan's back home in Port Charles, hanging out with Carly. Thankfully, in real life, the only people McKenna has to concern himself with are his family, much to his delight. In perhaps one of the funniest social media posts by General Hospital's Chris McKenna, he shared a video of himself and his infant son, Spencer, on Instagram, writing, "Spence's observations on life thus far, #baby, #babytalk, #babytalks." In the video, the cute baby is lying next to his dad, fiddling with a baby bottle. He rattles off something in baby speak, and McKenna responds, "You said it." The baby continues babbling, and Daddy chuckles, stating, "That's a good way to look at it, actually. I like your attitude. You're so wise." Spencer sounded like he was asking if McKenna was right, and Dad answered, "Yeah, you are." In the end, the baby was fiddling with his bottle, and McKenna casually notes, "Got the bottle upside down." At Mom's Messy Buns reacted, "Ha, ha, 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 ha. I think Spencer has cracked the code on finding Britt. He should be added to the WSB payroll." Britt, of course, is Dr. Britt Westbourne, who was killed a few years ago, but has now turned up alive and is connected to Joss and Vaughn's investigation. Actress Deanna Marie may have been reading a little too much into the baby's babbles, as she commented, "That's so funny." At the start of the video, he was saying water in sign language. I'm an American Sign Language interpreter, so I noticed that. So cute. At Michael M38 responded to the General Hospital Star's post with, Spencer is so cute. This is one of the best stages. Enjoy every stage. It goes too fast. Love when they are just trying to learn how to talk, and everything that comes out sounds so adorable. By the way, he looks just like his dad. He has your eyes. The general consensus was that Spencer was incredibly adorable. A fan from the European country of Hungary chimed in with, "Annyira aranyosak vagytok együtt. Imádom, ahogy beszélgettek azzal a gyönyörű kis babával," which translates as, "You guys are so cute. I love the way you talk to that beautiful little baby." Many fans can't wait for the General Hospital Star's next baby video, with @Susan.Gergenis and responding, "You just don't know how much I look forward to seeing the latest video with Spence in it. He is just growing, and I love to see him talking now. I can just imagine when he gets a little older, you two will be singing a duet together. Have a great day." And @Flat.Peggy commented, "Oh, he is so cute. Thanks for sharing these sweet moments." Welcome to the General Hospital Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. So, it looks like Maxie did indeed have a heart attack. It's also pretty clear it was induced by a jar of sabotaged, poisoned face cream. Sidwell's interest in Maxie last week, his quest to watch the deception appearance on Home and Heart, as well as the close-up of the face cream, made this obvious. But boy, is this not original. Just last year, Cyrus Renault killed Sam McCall by using digitalis to induce a heart attack. While giving a heart transplant recipient a heart attack is a great use of history to help usher Maxie and Kirsten Storms off the canvas for a few months, the timing could not have been worse. Watching Lucas and Liz work to get Maxie's heart started again only reminded us of those awful scenes when Sam died, not even 10 months ago. If GH had Sam die via a different method, This new story for Maxie would be playing better. Instead, it just seems way too weird and coincidental that there is yet another bad guy in town who can give our favorite scrappy heroines heart attacks at will. A few years back, Cyrus even gave Sasha a heart attack with some tainted street drugs. Maybe it's time to ease up on giving all these women heart attacks, because the scenario is getting to be a little played out at this point. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full GH recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not. Seriously, do not. Forget to read the two scoos for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is, if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. General Hospital spoilers are in for Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Maxie Jones to face a complication. Stella Henry gets bad news from Alexis Davis. Plus, Sonny Corinthos confronts Justine Turner. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the ABC soap opera. At the hospital, expect Maxie's loved ones to continue to gather and get information. Lucas Jones told them the crisis was over, but now they just need to wait for Maxie to wake up. However, when tomorrow's episode airs, expect Max Scorpio to question why Maxie's heart would suddenly fail. I'll tell you why, Mac. Because someone poisoned her with that face cream. Moving forward, Lucas delivers bad news to Maxie's family. The patient should have woken up by now. It sounds like Maxie will be comatose, while the actress takes time off after moving to Tennessee. Now, Lulu Spencer will be shaken by Maxie's condition. However, she was also listening when Lucas questioned Brooklyn Quartermain. Lulu was also listening when Lucy Coe interrupted, before letting BLQ answer the doctor. She interjected that it definitely was not the product. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, August 20th, reveal that Martin Gray questions Drew Kane. In a preview clip, the lawyer asks the congressman, "And how do you plan to do that? With all the fires that Drew has started, he could be talking about just about anyone or anything." However, while people keep calling Michael weak, I wonder if he will be the one to eventually take Drew down for good. After all, he is a huge Stella fan, and his conscience might be wrestling with him. Meanwhile, Stella meets with her new attorney. However, Alexis shares bad news. What Stella did is the very definition of medical insurance fraud. Fans will also see Gio Palmieri confide in Emma Scorpio Drake. Plus, Sonny angrily confronts Turner at the commissioner's office. The mob boss asks why Justine is going after his son. However, she might explain that this is the best way to get ammo against Drew. It is also teased that Anna will float around a theory. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on ABC to find out what happens next. The actor weighed in on a recent storyline. General Hospital star Cameron Matheson has once again proven why he's nothing like Drew Kane. There's no question that Drew is disgusting and a horrible human being. Soap Hub recently talked about whether Drew was the most hated character in soap history. The character has certainly taken villain status to a whole new level, as Drew's actions continue to be more despicable than GH fans thought he could be. Matheson has chimed in on his alter ego. Drew's latest scheme involved him pissing off Michael to the point he punched him. Michael took the bait hook, line, and sinker because Drew used Wiley to get Michael riled up. Following the scene where Michael clocked Drew, Matheson took to his Instagram stories to weigh in on the incident. Matheson reshared the clip, adding his 2 cents on the tense moment. One fan on X captured a picture of Matheson's Instagram story and reshared it with a message. Had GH, even Cameron knew Drew deserved that punch, which I've watched way too many times, said the X user. Ever since Drew and Willow hooked up, he's become unbearable. GH fans have been vocal about their hatred and hope for him to go away. The dislike has gotten so bad that Matheson has endured in-person backlash from Drew haters. One time, a Drew hater threw things at Matheson as he was doing some shopping. Matheson has no misconceptions about his alter ego, and he's not afraid to let fans know it. Ready to voice your opinion on a character's fate? Tell us at news@soaphub.com. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.